Well, hello, everybody. How you doing? What you got going on? Yeah, this is Ms.B right around 10 minutes after 1. Had a little technical difficulties, but we made it through. Thank you so much for joining us. If this is your first time, I am Ms.B, the CEO of Storm Talk 365 Radio, your faith-based podcast network, where we help you talk to the storms in your life. I'm also the CEO of Storm Radio 24/7, where we talk about arts, entertainment, business, and more. Forgive me, but I'm about to chuckle because that green room activity, I'm just so tickled. But anyway, we're here with my special guest, Angela Brown. She is the CEO of Yeshua's House, a transitional home for women in Petersburg, Virginia. She comes on once a month, usually on Tuesdays, the first and second Tuesday, on our Limited Resource Awareness Network. So welcome, Angela.
Well, thank you. Always good to be here. Love to dialogue with you, Ms. B.
I love dialoguing with you too. I enjoy sharing your information with my listening and viewing audience. That's right. All of our videos are compliments to our podcast. We're a podcast network. You can hear us on iHeart, iTunes, Spotify, many, many more, or just go to www.stormtalk365radio.com and click on your favorite listening platform there. But again, welcome, Angela Brown. We're going to talk about Yeshua's House and a little bit more. In case this is their first time seeing you, tell them a little bit about Yeshua's House.
Okay, well, Yeshua's House was born actually many years ago when my mother was orphaned because her father killed her mother. And her mother was pregnant at the time. The baby was stillborn, and the 5 children were left without a mother and without a father that was worthy of the word. So basically, they were orphaned, and my mother lived to be the oldest of the 5. She was 93 when she passed, and she always told us the story. She and her siblings would get together and they would talk about it and be kind of in awe that they survived. But when she passed, she left a small estate to her 4 children, and Moses and I took half of the estate that she left us and put it in Yeshua's House name with every intention of opening a home. And we were able to do that in 2013. We had our first open house. And then in 2017, we bought a second home, and those 2 homes are operating now. And so far, we have had 59 children, 59 women, and or is it 51? Something like that. Maybe I'll go with 51. 51 children and 51 women and 39 children have gone through the home, have called Yeshua's House home, and have gone on.
I love that story. Do you have any plans on expanding?
Right now, what we need to do is get the second home in. We need to refurbish it. We need new windows. We've only got a couple that we have put in already. And so all those windows, and there's like 20 of them because it's an older home, and a new roof. So, funds that come in now are helping us to get that home the way it should be so that we can move on.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of funds, you have a book also in honor of your mother. Tell us about your book.
Yes. This is, oops, I need to put it over here, right?
Yep, there you go. Closer to your face. Go towards your face. Okay. There you go.
There you go. Mary tells her story. So this is my mother on her wedding day. She was 21. She married the love of her life, my father, who was a gentleman. And we, as children, credit that with her total overcoming. So this is called Mary Tells Her Story, the true founder of Yeshua's House, because if it weren't for her experience and the way that she turned it around for good, became a good mother, continued to be a light to people, a generous person, and this story is told in her own words as my sister recorded her with her memoirs. And this is available on yeshuashouse.net. And all proceeds go to Yeshua's House. Yeshua's House published this book.
Absolutely. Yeshua's House published the book, and if you buy directly from Yeshua's House, all proceeds go to Yeshua's House. For those of you who are interested, yes, it is available on Amazon, but preferably you'll order directly from Yeshua's House so she could reap all of the benefits of their hard work. So thank you for sharing about that.
And and one other thing, my sister, who is 3.5 years older than me, and she was the one who recorded her. I've always called her the historian of the family. She's also a writer, and she passed in August, and I am her executor. So August has been a very difficult month for us because of all the things that have impacted it. But I wanted to tell you that my sister had never published any of her books, although she looked into it and she had them ready for publication. And what we're doing now, not Yeshua's House, but me personally, is to publish her finest work, which is the life of Paul. The life of Paul, a very well-researched life of Paul. So that's coming.
Congratulations on moving forward with her life, her legacy. Sometimes
Right.
it's hard, when you have to face the loss of a loved one, but she would want you to move on. So would your mother.
Oh yeah.
So I,
Oh yeah.
I appreciate you honoring her that way. So again, if you would like to support Angela Brown, one of the two ways so far is direct donations, but her book, in honor of now her sister and her mother, is available directly from Yeshua's House, and all proceeds will go to Yeshua's House. And as she mentioned, this second home is in need of repair, so it's not like the money is just sitting there or they're outgoing dining. They're really using the money for that. This episode is dedicated to Yeshua's House. We have an event coming up. Where are we going to go with this event? Is it just going to be something small? Is it just, dinner? Tell us about this event that you're planning.
Well, every year we have had a dinner. It's our major fundraising event. And of course, this year that's impossible. So our speaker, JB Bryan of Bryan Financial, JB Bryan Financial, is going to be doing a Zoom for us. So we have that program set up for Thursday, September 17th at 7 p.m. And if you go to Yeshua's House, if you go to Facebook, you can register on Eventbrite, and JB is talking about family financial planning. And that's so important, not only today with the COVID impacting our finances, but she chose that topic because it affects women who are in situations that they don't feel like they can get out of because of their finances. So we're looking forward to the kind of 25 years of experience JB has. Started her own business, and you interviewed her on September 8th, did a wonderful job, and I just applaud you and her for that, and invite people to look at that podcast to see what it is we're presenting to you on the 17th.
I put the description of the event under the video, and you see it. But I'll put a link to the audio of that interview on this podcast as well. But that being
Wonderful.
said,
Thank you.
you know, COVID has interrupted a lot of things, a lot of people's lives, especially the economy. And for JB, who has been in the business for 25 years in the Richmond, Virginia area, but she's been on national TV. She's a well-known author and speaker, so she's not something to be taken lightly. And for her to volunteer to come on to do this benefit is admirable. So I applaud JB. And I'm going to do a shameful plug. Angela, how far back do you and JB go? How did you meet JB?
JB was a junior in high school at Petersburg High School when I was teaching English at Petersburg High School. And she was a standout, has always been a standout, and has the character and personality to match that. So, it's no surprise to me that she is as successful as she is, but I always feel great pride in her for following her potential, which is what we've talked about. And potential, unless it's matched with purpose and passion, doesn't get you anywhere. It's just stagnant. But she had the potential, the purpose, and the passion, and she's doing wonderful things for a lot of people. In fact, she is, Moses and I, my husband, have her as our advisor now, our financial advisor. And from the beginning, she has done wonderful things for our finances.
I'm excited to say that I had the opportunity to interview her. On that interview, we discussed her participation in the fundraiser, but she also shared that if you go to her website, jbbryant.com, she has the book that's available for downloading that you can have, but also she has a free membership that helps you get started on how to handle your finances better. So there's a free membership available to get direct counseling advice on your finances from JB Bryan. Just go to our website, www.jbbryan.com. And she also did not make any hesitation about her faith. The three of us have never hidden who we are, our faith. Angela Brown has even named the transitional home Yeshua's house. Angela, how did you come up with the name Yeshua's house?
Well, you know, people kind of weighed in on this. Well, name it after your mother. That would be Mary's house. Name it after yourself. Name it after your grandmother, who was Angela. It would be Angela's house. And nothing made sense to us because it's bigger than that. There's nothing that those of us in the flesh can do to get women out of the situations they're in. It's only Yeshua. And I knew that Yeshua, Jesus, was the one who put it in my heart to begin this transitional home, and that it was in his hands. And so the home is Yeshua's house. And that's how we want the women to think of it, that they are in the arms of their creator who wants them to reach their potential. That potential was put into them at birth, and it hasn't gone anywhere. They can go on and do wonderful things, and go on and be blessed and happy and have great relationships. So we've never regretted the name. Wonderful.
You know, some people may look at the name. First off, let's just say this. Some people may not know what Yeshua means. What does Yeshua mean?
It means salvation. And Yeshua doesn't, some of us think of eternal salvation as the salvation, but he's your savior from the moment you come to him. So this life is a life of being saved from so much, right? As soon as we commit to him, there are some things we will never do. And we're saved from all those things which would be the wrong decisions because we know him and because he's in our lives. So, salvation is with us right now. And that's his ticket. He's in the blessing business. So all he can do is save us from horrible things.
I like what you said. He's with us right now. He's with us. He's always with us. So is there any special requirement for a spiritual relationship to be in place to be considered for Yeshua's house? Do you have to be a Christian, Buddha, anything? What is it?
No, we simply know that because we are faith-based and because we come, our teachings on the financial classes and the emotional recovery classes, the support group, they're founded on biblical relationships, on the healthy relationships which are in the Bible. So if a woman is willing to come to our home, then she has already said, I'm willing to accept the way you package this, regardless of my beliefs. So, we feel like, women who are uncomfortable with that simply will not want to come. And although we would invite everyone, we know that they're going to move with what they are comfortable with.
I liked what you said about purpose, passion, and what was the other one?
Potential. Potential.
Exactly. In case you've missed some of her episodes, she has gone into detail about potential. So I'm going to take a little short break. But Angela, when you come back with me, I'd like to talk about that purpose, passion, and potential. Okay.
Okay.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. If you're just chiming in, as they say, I'm Ms.B, Positively Ms.B, the CEO of StormTalk365Radio.com. You're now looking and listening to the Limited Resources Awareness Podcast / video. Comes on once a month around first or second Tuesday at 1 p.m. with CEO Angela Brown. Today, we're talking about Yeshua's house and the fundraiser that's coming up. Before break, we talked about a few things, including how Yeshua's house got started, the fact that she has two homes and the second one is still in need of repair, how you can donate through the purchase of her book in honor of her mother and her sister right now. But right at this moment, I want to talk about purpose, passion, and potential. If you've missed any of her videos before, she's gone into detail about potential. We're focusing on finances with this special guest on her fundraiser by JB Bryan. But today, I want to talk about all three: purpose, passion, and potential. Angela, when it comes to Yeshua's house, you had to have a purpose, passion, and you saw the potential. Tell me what the purpose of Yeshua's house is.
I'm going back to my mother and my own experience, and that is that sometimes people think that marriage means a relationship that never ends, regardless of what either person does. And that is not biblical. You can nullify a relationship, even a sacred one like marriage, by your actions. So we're told what a marriage looks like, and God shows us because He's called our husband in the Old Testament. He's called our bridegroom in Jesus in the New. And He shows us what a husband is supposed to be like. And then He tells us what He expects us to do as His bride, right? So divorce has always been an option in Hebrew circles because they know that two people cannot walk together unless they agree, right? And nobody argues with that. You know, you can't be pulling in different directions and walk together. So divorce is no longer a four-letter word for me. At one time, I thought, you know, that God would overcome every obstacle to a marriage. Just stand on faith. But God will not override a person's decision to reject Him. And some people will say that it takes two for a divorce to happen. I don't think so. I think one person can destroy the relationship all by themselves.
Absolutely.
So the first purpose that we had was we wanted women of faith, no matter what faith, to know that their creator wanted them to reach their potential, and that it is not available in a relationship where you have been abused, taken advantage of. Abuse is not just physical, we know. There's emotional abuse and financial abuse. So we wanted women to know that, not only is it possible and necessary many times to leave your husband, or unfortunately today, a lot of people are leaving their significant other, but that God will bless it. He'll bless the new beginning because you're leaving a relationship that leads to death. God said that I put before you today life and death, choose life. And so we feel like we are rescuing women from a death sentence. We know that at least one of the women who have come to us has outright said, and circumstances thereafter proved, that she and her child would have been killed by her husband had she stayed.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that was early on that that woman was with us, and said it was obvious, and that was a way of us knowing that our purpose is being fulfilled. It was clear cut in her case, but many times we don't know what would have happened had we stayed. And I
Absolutely.
will say this, that if if someone has tried to, sometimes we use the word choke you, but you choke on a bone. If somebody touches your windpipe and takes your wind away, that's suffocating. That's strangling. And if someone can be this close to you and attempt to strangle you, that means there is murder in their heart, because they can look you in the
Absolutely.
face. They can look you in
Absolutely.
the face. And that is a given in domestic violence teaching, that we got to get that out to women. You are very likely to be killed by anyone who would strangle you.
Absolutely. And even though they may not have mentioned it, some of them that have come through the 50 plus have met with all types of danger, and you have been instrumental in saving their lives. To put it that way sounds dramatic, but you have saved their lives, and not just from physical harm, but saved their lives from emotional distress, or permanent displacement for long term. There's a lot of things that you saved them from by uh, you know opening up not one but two Yeshua's houses. So we talked about purpose. In reference to Yeshua's house, what's your passion?
Well, that's what it is, to see women reach their potential. And our potential is not a limited resource. Our potential is unlimited. So as we reach any level of our potential, then that potential grows, right? Uh, so, our desire is for women to have an experience at Yeshua's house where they are accepted for who they are, their gifts are valued and encouraged, and that the support that they receive there will give them a new understanding of what relationships should be like, so that they will not allow themselves to be sucked into a relationship that is going to be harmful to them.
Absolutely. Purpose, passion. Obviously, you saw there was potential to do good in the community, or you would not have invested your mom's inheritance in opening up not one, not two, and also in the city of Petersburg, where you're located. But you obviously saw potential. Moving forward, what do you see the future potential of Yeshua's house?
Well, my husband and I are getting older, and so uh, my challenge that I've put before the board in the last several years has been, you know, if if we don't do what we do, how can this continue? How can this continue? Will the board, will someone outside the board, whatever, keep this alive? And I believe that it will be kept alive, because there has been so much invested in it. I'm not talking about just by being my husband. I'm talking about the Lord has invested so much in this. He has rescued us from every possible financial concern, although we started with a sum less than $40,000. And the fact that it's still going, that we continue to get supporters, that our board is able. I told you my sister died in August, and I was basically out of town for 10 days. And when I came back, things were rolling. They were doing. So he's given us a wonderful board, and I don't know what the future holds, but I know that it's in his hands. I know this
Absolutely.
is his work. I know he values his daughters, and
Yeah.
he values the sons, those whom they have fled. He values them too, and that's one of the things we always want our women to know, is that you're not doing a disservice to a man who has abused you by leaving him. You're giving him a wake-up call, because if he continues in that path, he becomes more and more like an animal, and he needs to rise to his potential. And he can do that, but you have to be. And by the way, we have had two women who have returned to their husbands after they have come through Yeshua's house and felt comfortable in so doing, and are still with them. So
Amen.
sometimes
You
it's
know,
necessary to leave and draw that line and say, no more. This is it.
I also believe if you don't pray for them, who else will? They have to grow up spiritually to recognize there is a need for change. And,
Yes.
regardless of what we need to do to protect ourselves from them, we also have I'm not going to say a requirement, but we should pray for their spiritual growth to address their issues, not just leave them good luck, good riddance. You hurt me. I don't want to have anything else to do with you. But, we're supposed to still love unconditionally, forgive limitlessly. So
Yeah.
that being said, we're going to talk about the fundraiser. You talked about needing windows and different things for Yeshua's house number 2. Is there a specific financial goal you're looking for to come out of this?
Yeah. Well, $10,000 is what it will take to buy the windows and put the roof on. And I'm not trying to tell you that these look, our second home looks like a shack. It doesn't. It's just time to
No,
replace the
I need
roof.
new windows.
It's time to replace the
Some
roof.
things just got to be
It's
replaced.
it's time to make the windows what energy efficient, that kind of thing. So yeah, it will take that in order to pay for those two items.
Well, we
And
appreciate that because we don't want to set a limit, but the goal is to reach at least 10 and above. Because if you have just enough to do what you need to do, then we are asking for the blessings to continue to do even more. So 10,000 minimum is the goal that we're looking for. And JB Bryan is going to come and give you all types of information and tidbits, spiritual encouragement on your own personal finances. And we pray that you will be touched to donate. Now let's talk about donating. How can they get money to you, being that, of course, it's a virtual event?
okay, well, our website gives you the opportunity. That's yeshuashouse.net, and that's YESHUAS. If you have trouble remembering that, remember that his answer to everything is yes and amen, right? Yes and amen. Yeshuashouse.net. But if you go there, you will see that you can donate through PayPal, through Cash App, and a check to our address. Okay. I want to say a little something about JB for a minute. JB is not just an advisor. Her passion is to teach people how to handle their finances. So, I feel about advisors sometimes like I do about doctors. They can give you a prescription, but if they don't tell you how to handle your body, then it's going to be a very short-term effect you will have. So we need teachers and advisors, teachers who are doctors and so forth. And she's going to doctor your finances. If you stick with JB, and she has so many teachings in a week, and these are available to people who aren't even members. So you will have a good teaching that will give you a strong foundation for your finances if you tune in.
And I agree with that. We talked about passion. She has passion, and the best thing for me is that she's scripturally based. I'm not saying she's one of those thus and thous, hallelujah, but her faith is not hidden in how she teaches and instructs. She uses biblical principles. Sometimes you don't even know it, what she's talking about, but her spiritual and professional integrity impressed me years ago, before she even became famous and on local TV and CNN and all newspapers and
Right.
publications. I mean, if you just Google JB Bryan, you'd be like, what? And she's going to be winning. When? It's going to be how much? Oh, let me pay that $25. What was I thinking?
Yeah, 20, only 20.
Oh
Only
man, let me tell you.
$20.
Okay, well, we're
Right.
gonna throw that $5 tip, but $20 to you, JB Bryan, man. Let me tell you. As a matter of fact, let me just throw that out. The Holy Spirit said, let me just say this: just because the required or requested donation is 20, you can send anything you want to get that ticket. You can send in 120, whatever you feel the need. Go ahead and send that money in, because it's going to go toward Yeshua's house anyway. But that being said, I wanted to let you all know that I'm 100% behind JB Bryan's support of Yeshua's house. I'm 100% behind you supporting Angela and Brother Brown at Yeshua's house. But more importantly, except for the grace of God, there go you. Some of you are listening and you've been there, done that, doing it now. Some of you don't even realize that it's easier to leave than you think. And not only that, it just takes a choice to save your life. And when we say save your life, no, he may not have touched you physically, but emotional abuse, financial abuse, there's a lot of things that some of you are enduring, even sexual abuse. You're going to have sex with me whether you want to or not. So there's a lot of things that you're enduring, thinking, oh, well, I can't leave. Yes, you can. You just have to make the choice. And not only that, you're not just setting yourself free, your children free if there are children involved, but you're setting this man free. He's, like she said, give him a wake-up call, boom, upside the head. And if he doesn't get a wake-up call and unfortunately go to another woman, at least you have let him know that his time is up abusing you. So transitional homes such as Yeshua's house, located in Petersburg, Virginia, gives those women and their children. And one situation, if she doesn't mind me sharing, that even the mother came. So you have to understand that
That's right.
abusive relationships come in all forms, fashions, and don't let the fact that you have even a dog stop you, because you can have a foster care for your pet as well. So, Angela, we're right around 30 minutes. Is there anything else you would like to share before we leave?
Yes. Leading up to September 17th, which is this Thursday, we have a multi-vendor event. And we have, I think, 7 vendors, and they are wonderful. They have donated to Yeshua's house, and they are there supporting us. And they're on our Facebook, Yeshua's house Facebook, telling what it is they are providing, and you can reach out to them and support them. And I want to show you that I can't wear everything that our people that our vendors have, but I
You're
want
gonna
to
wear
show
that
you.
T-shirt. I saw
I'm
that
gonna wear
T-shirt.
this. I'm gonna wear this T-shirt. Ooh, can you see that?
I
Yeshua is
love
coming.
that. Look at that.
This
Yeshua is coming. They did a
this
good job.
this was designed by that T-shirt program, that T-shirt enterprise that is on Yeshua's house. Okay, Yeshua is coming, and I love it. It just tells me what a celebration that's going to be.
And
But
it's purple.
yeah, it's purple, color of royalty. He is coming. So I can't say enough about all of them, but I mean, we have a lady who does sculptures that are custom culture sculptures, custom cupcakes and whatever. We got a lady doing something called a red ribbon cami, which is supposed to take the place of your bra and not give you the backache that sometimes our bras do. I mean, this is a creative group of people. And every one of them has been endorsed by one or more of our board members. So we didn't just open it to everybody. These people have stood the test of time with our board, and we have supported them individually and know that they are going to be good business people for you, that they will treat you right and you will enjoy your product. So
I saw an
that is
invitation.
available.
That's on Yeshua's house, right? The vendors list.
Yes. Yeah. It's on Yeshua's House Facebook. It's on Yeshua's House Facebook. I don't think it's up on yeshuashouse.net yet. We had a problem with that. But yeah, they're well worth supporting, and we appreciate them. And the other thing is, and that ends at midnight on Wednesday, the 16th. And then on the 17th at 7, we have JB. And if you can't make it at 7 on Thursday, your registration allows you to view that anytime. So please don't let that time frame keep you from hearing from JB. And of course, we're going to tell you some more about Yeshua's house there too.
All right. I got to put emphasis on that. Don't let that time frame stop you. If you purchase an entry ticket to the viewing for Thursday at 7 p.m., that also gives you access to the link to the video at a later date. Only paid viewers can get access to that link at a later date. So again, if you want to contribute, support Yeshua's house with that $20 admission to the viewing, don't let that stop you. You can get access to that link to view it later, to repeat later, to stop and start later. So that is an excellent opportunity to support your local transitional home right here in Petersburg, Virginia. All right, yeah. Angela, I thank you so much. Is there anything else? I see your lips moving.
Well, yeah, because one of our vendors is right on target for what we do, and that's Damsel in Defense. And if you know about them, they have the products that will keep you safe from strangers and whatever, the pepper spray and the special wallets where you can't be, people can't get your information from your credit cards and things like that. And so that's a wonderful one. And then we have a Mary Kay person. But anyway, that may not be all of them, but you get an idea of the breadth and variety of our sponsors.
Variety, that's what's very important. It's not all about I want to buy a cupcake, I want to buy some paparazzi, but they have a substantial variety. And these days and times, you got to be worried about your self-defense. And I've always been a supporter of Lynette Lee and Damsel in Distress, or whoever else is selling the product, because it's very important. I myself have only one item, but I do have one. But please look them up. Damsel in Distress, I believe, is damselindistress.com. And find your local
Damsel in Defense.
You don't
want to be in distress.
You don't want to be in distress. Lord, based on what happened in the green room, I need a rest. I need a nap. So Damsel in Defense. Yes, right. Find your local representative. If not, just order online from them. But that's very important. And of course, go ahead.
You can also order this book. We're one of the vendors.
The book is also available. They're supporting themselves.
Yeah, right.
All right, so just find Yeshua's house on Facebook, just to find the event page on Facebook, and look up Angela Brown on Facebook. Any of those three will get you where you need to go. And you said yeshuashouse.net, is that correct?
Yes.
Yeshuashouse.net.
I did want to do a little update. In May, we had a wonderful fundraiser actually given to us by Mary Foley, and that brought in $2,000, $2,100, something like that, dollars. And I wanted to let you know that was for us to support our ladies as they were going through job losses and sometimes they weren't job losses, but they were reduced hours and all of the things that went with COVID-19. So, our women remained stable because we were able to give them that support they needed during that time, which could have put them under. And that's when we go back. When we don't think we can make it on our own, that's when we go back to a situation that was untenable. And so all of the women who were there at that time continued to be there in spite of the COVID-19 threat.
Well, congratulations, Mary Foley, for your successful efforts in supporting Angela Brown at Yeshua's house with your fundraiser. That being said, COVID-19 is still impacting the lives of those who are at that transitional home, and they can always use support because jobs are still being lost, hours are still being cut, businesses are still shutting down. So that is very important. So it's not just about replacing windows, but the sustainability of the women at the home who, again, like she said, even though Jehovah God our Father has unlimited resources, there are some people who are experiencing limited personal resources at the time. So any donation, either through buying a ticket for the fundraiser or just donating directly to Yeshua's house, is appreciated. So, are we finished? Is that it?
We are finished. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, dear.
Not a problem. I just want to make sure we got it all out. All right, everybody. This is Ms.B. Thank you for joining us on a Monday. You can find her once a month on a Tuesday at 1 p.m. We thank you so much for your support. Go and get that $20 ticket, and you can watch it anytime. All right, everybody. Have a blessed day.
Thank you. Thank you, dear.